All right, everyone. I was in Vegas last week. I actually have a bunch of episodes from before I went to Vegas, but I want to kind of have some of the current ones as well. So I'm going to kind of mix up the order a little bit. But this is my first session I played here. And of course, I had to go to the Wynn. First hand, I looked down at ace, 10-3, single suited in middle position. There's an early position limp. I make a 20, and there are 3 callers. So we're going 4 ways to a flop. Well comes king 7-6 rainbow. Checks to me, I check over to the late position player who bets 35. Early position player calls, folds to me, and I also fold. They end up going heads up to a turn, which brings in a 5. They actually check to a river, which brings a queen. Early position player bets 125 and takes it down. Here, look down at ace jack 9-7, single suited on the button. There's an early position limp. Folds to me, I make a 20, and there are 3 callers. So we're going 4 ways to a flop. Flop comes 10-8-7 rainbow. Checks to me, I bet 55, and unfortunately everyone folds, so we take it down. So here's a $20 double board bomb pot. If you're not familiar with that, everyone puts in $20 and you immediately go to 2 flops, and the winner of each board is going to win half the pot. We're going 7 ways to 2 flops of 9-5-3 with 2 hearts and ace-6-2 with 2 spades. Checks to me, I bet 100. Over to the cutoff who pushes all in for 185. Folds back to me and I make the call. So we're going heads up to 2 runouts. Turns bring a 2 on top and an 8 of spades on the bottom. River brings a 4 of diamonds on the top and a 9 of spades on the bottom. So not the best run out. I turn over my hand and my opponent turns over his. He has ace jack 4-4. So he has the same straight as me, and looks like I'm going to get 3 quarters here with a better pair of aces with my king kicker. Look down at ace king king 2 rainbow in the big blind. Under the gun makes it 15. There are 2 callers to me and I also call. So we're going 4 ways to a flop. Flop comes 8-2-2 rainbow. Checks to me, I check, and unfortunately everyone checks back. So we're still going 4 ways to a turn. Turn brings a 3 of hearts, bringing in the backdoor flush draw. Small blind bets 60. I call and everyone else folds. So we're going heads up to a river. River brings another 2. My opponent unfortunately checks, and obviously I got to try to get some value here. So I bet 125 and he thinks a bit, but unfortunately folds. So we're going to take it down. Here, look down at queen jack 8-3, double suited in the hijack. Folds to me, I open a 15 and there are 2 callers. So we're going 3 ways to a flop. Flop comes ace king 3 with 2 spades. Checks to me, and this should obviously be better for my range here. So I bet 25 and only the cutoff calls. So we're going heads up to a turn. Turn brings another 3. I bet 60 and my opponent quickly calls. So still heads up to a river. River brings the jack of hearts, now improving us to a boat. And in the moment, I felt that he most likely had some kind of a draw that missed. Obviously, I don't have spades, so pretty likely he had that. I don't believe I'm going to be able to get value from, say, like a pair of aces now on 3 streets in a row. So I checked, hoping that he would be maybe bluff, but unfortunately he checks back. So I turn over my hand knowing we're good, and he mucks. So we take it down. Here's another double board bomb pot. I look down at king, queen, queen 6, single suited on the button. We're going 8 ways to flops of ace, king, queen with 2 spades and 10-3-2 with 2 clubs. Early position player pots it for 160. Player to my right makes the call and I fold. I end up going heads up to a turn of a 7 of clubs on the top and a 5 of diamonds on the bottom. Early position player pushes for about 325 total. Late position player makes the call. Rivers bring a 3 of hearts on the top, 5 of spades on the bottom. Early position player turns over ace jack 10-7, so he flopped the straight on the top with a pair on the bottom. And player to my right turns over ace 9 deuce deuce, so he filled up on the bottom and they're going to chop it up. Here, look down at ace 5-5 rainbow in the small blind. Folds to the cutoff who opens a 15. I call and the big blind calls, so we're going 3 ways to a flop. Flop comes 10-8-4 rainbow. I check, checks over to the original raiser who bets 25. I call over to the big blind who pushes for his remaining $55, which reopens the action, and the cutoff then goes ahead and repops it. And don't really think I can call here, so I fold, and they end up going heads up to a run out. Turn brings a king, river brings a 6. Cutoff turns over his hand. He has king, king, 9-6, and the big blind mucks. So the cutoff's going to take it down here. Here, look down at ace, 9-5, single suited under the gun. I open a 15, and there are 3 callers. So we're going 4 ways to a flop. Flop comes jack 9-5 with 2 spades. Checks to me, I check. Over to the button who bets 40. Folds to me, I make the call, and the other player folds. So we're going heads up to a turn. Turn brings a 9 of spades. I check over to the button who bets 55 and I make the call. So still heads up to a river. River brings a 3. I check. Button thinks about betting, but eventually checks back. He says ace high flush and turns over ace queen 8-7. And I, of course, show him the bad news, and we're going to take it down here. So this is a hand that I shared in the hand histories tab of the new community that we just launched called the PLO Posse. And I obviously missed some value here after kind of seeing how the hand played out. But, you know, he definitely could have had jacks. He definitely could have jack 9. Those are definitely in a button calling range. You know, but as I guess played, I definitely should have probably went for like a feeler bet, maybe on the river. Could have bet like maybe 100, 120 bucks just to kind of see where I'm at. And in that situation, if I got raised, I'd know I was no good. Obviously, if he called, which he probably would have, then, you know, I would have got some extra value. So interesting hand. Let me know how you guys would have played it. Here, look down at King Jack 10-7, double suited in middle position. Player to my right opens at 15. I call, and there's one other caller. So we're going 3 ways to a flop. Flop comes ace 10-7 with 2 clubs. The original raiser bets 35. I make the call, and the other player folds. So we're going heads up to a turn. Turn brings another ace. My opponent checks to me, and obviously not a good card for my hand here, but I just decide to tell the story and bet 45. And my opponent immediately turns over Queen Jack 9-8 with suited clubs. So he had a lot of equity there, and you know, he was just kind of scared of the boat. So happy to take it down. Here, look down at Queen Jack 9-8 double suited on the button. Under the gun opens at 15, over to an aggressive middle position player who 3-bets to 45. Folds to me, I make the call. Back over to the under the gun player who looks like he's counting out a raise, and that's what he does to the tune of 230. And the middle position player calls to me, and I also make the call. So we're going 3 ways to a flop. Flop comes ace 10-9 rainbow. The under the gun player started the hand with a little bit more than me, and he pushes for about 700 total. Middle position player thinks for a second and gets out of the way. Over to me, obviously only one thing for me to do. I call it off, and we're going heads up to a run out. Turn's a pretty good card for us on a 5 of spades, now giving us a backdoor flush draw to go with our wrap. River brings another 10, so that's probably not going to do it for us. The under the gun player turns over as expected. Aces with ace, ace, jack 9. So we had a lot of equity on the flop, turned even more equity, but unfortunately bricked out. So he's going to take it down here. I decided to rebuy another $600. Didn't really play much, just kind of got blinded down a little bit, and then decided to rack up.
What's up, guys? Wayne back here with you. So today I was in for 1,200, out for 540, so loss of 660. This was the first of many Vegas sessions I played. You guys will see the rest of them the next couple weeks. I play at some different places, including the WSOP, which this year is at Bally's in Paris. I play at Venetian for the first time ever, play at Aria. So look forward to those the next couple weeks. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. If you haven't seen the previous episode, I'll link it up here. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.